Do you guys ever think about like the fact that in over 60 years of space travel, no one in the history of space travel has ever done a 360-degree spin in space on a camera, let alone 180 degrees. Every single video we have of space is always like a shot right in front of us. Never 180 degrees, 360 degrees, nothing. Why is that? Don't you think that we go into space and be like, holy crap, look, we're in space. If you look over here and now you're looking over here. Never, not once. I just think it's interesting. You know, the education system, when you go through school, you'll talk about rich people, you'll talk about Jeff Bezos and the families that own Walmart and all that, but you never talk about the really rich people, you know? We never talk about the people that own the central banks. We don't talk about the Rothschilds, we don't talk about the people that literally paid both sides of war since Napoleon. That's interesting. You know, because imagine like World War II, but we never talk about the people that were funding both sides of the Second World War. That's interesting. Speaking of the Rothschilds, did you know the Geneva Convention, the Rothschilds paid scientists to tell the world that oil was a finite resource? That's interesting. Do you ever think about how there's no more natural foods? It's pretty funny. I shouldn't say it's funny, but it's just, it's sad, you know? Like, you go to the grocery store and, you know, you buy your apples and bananas and your onions and peppers and all that. They're not natural, man. Every single thing that we eat is so GMO'd and so manipulated. It's not natural. Do you ever think about that? Isn't that interesting? You know, I get ridiculed sometimes for looking into flat Earth. I don't think it's flat, by the way. I think it's gotta be a globe. Like, being flat, like that's insane, man. That's absolutely insane. But what I will say about flat earthers, what they do have. I mean, have you ever considered the second law of thermodynamics? Like, how do you have a pressurized system next to a non-pressurized system? That's a good question. How is it that the vacuum of space is not sucking out Earth's atmosphere? That's a good question. What about gravity? How can gravity simultaneously be a force that's so strong that it's holding bodies of water and oceans and our atmosphere and everything to this ball, but simultaneously it's weak enough that butterflies and grasshoppers and myself, planes can just take off? Isn't that interesting? So gravity is simultaneously this force that is super, super strong, but yet so weak that we can just defy it. That's interesting. You know, speaking of the school system too, sex ed programs will tell little boys that during puberty and throughout your life, it's healthy to masturbate. The thing is that anybody with brain cells knows that masturbation is super unhealthy. That man's semen is his greatest nourishment. And that by disposing of your semen cheaply, you become less of a man and you become this beta cuck. And you think I'm lying. Like, I'm not lying, guys. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm not lying. Everybody knows that if you want to be an alpha male, if you want to be a male that is in his spot and knows what he wants and successful, that male doesn't masturbate, guys. Don't let the school system tell you that masturbation, especially regular masturbation, is something that's okay and healthy. It's a lie. That's an open lie. You know, what about the sexualization of kids in commercials? You know, where you have like Bratz commercials where a boy sneaks over to a girl's house without her parents knowing? That's interesting. Isn't that like kind of fucked up? Like, part of my language, but isn't that like super inappropriate? Like that on TV, like your child, you know, could be watching TV, and then the commercial break comes on, and a commercial comes on for Bratz. and a boy is sneaking over to a girl's house without her parents knowing. I mean, that's interesting. I think one of the things that frustrates me is that people think we're getting smarter. We're not getting smarter, we're just getting dumber, guys. Like, think about it. Do you think people of the past were really dumber than us? The smartphones in our pockets, like, it's only dumbing us down, guys. Our happiness comes from Instagram likes. Guys, like, we're so stupid. We don't even question the world around us anymore. We watch CNN thinking that it's real news. People gotta wake up, man. It's funny. It's so funny that people actually believe this. I don't know, guys. It's just interesting.